Over 3,000 college basketball players graduate every year with the dream of making it to the NBA. Only 60 players get drafted. The rest of the players will receive a contract directly overseas or will have to pursue an international tryout to live out their dream.
Hello? Come on, man. Come on. You can't be that. What? Can you just be patient? You know, let's make sure everything is fine, you know. Pray to God, man, and things are gonna work out. All right. Basically he said that, you know, he needs the 6,000 euros, man. And if not, we're not getting in the gym, and basically my career's over. We're not from Germany, so we have no idea how to get around, and we're responsible for players and coaches from all around the world in a matter of about 48 hours from now. So it's just tough right now, man.
Players have paid airfare and a $550 fee for a chance to earn a professional contract in Europe.
The whole idea is got coaches coming from different countries where they're going to get an opportunity to look at the players directly. They'll all be staying in a house. The players will all be staying together in a hostel. They all got to go against each other.
Initially, the camp was being run by John Solomon, a contact from Mexico and a contact from Germany. The two contacts bailed out despite players purchasing flights when they realized that no money would be made from this event. Just days before the event, John was introduced to Andy by the German contact, who came to help with the logistics of the trip. The German contact wanted money up front before introducing them.
You know, just the harder part of it, because we've got about 35, 40 guys from all around the world that we got to situate today. Okay, are you going to let him borrow the van? Is that okay?
I should borrow him the van?
Yeah, so he can, use it to get more people at once.
The problem is, if you're going to those terminals, you have to pay every time if you're going over there by car.
No. Enjoy your time. You know what I mean? Enjoy your time. Between three. Yeah, we'll get you, and I'll give you a call and say, hey, we're on the way. You know what I mean? If we're running late or anything like that, I'll give you a call. We got our first pickup of players, about 8 players. Some came in as early as 7 this morning. They've all flown through the night. Got a major, 6 to 9 hour time difference depending where they're coming from. All trying to get a professional basketball job here in Europe. I don't think any of them filed direction. I think they're all scattered here somewhere at the airport. Okay, we found it. Where's everybody else? We're missing 2 people right now. We're trying to find them. We're here at Tegel. Did you get the 2 coaches? Johan and Newman. He's got a beard, and he's French. I'll take a screenshot. I'll send it to you right now on Facebook. We got one of the coaches. The other one, we don't know what's happening. Just to be able to help guys that, I felt was in my position that, wasn't really given a fair shot. And, I kind of saw, how some of this stuff works, and I was able to come up with the concept of, bringing guys directly to the source. So it's just like AAU basketball. You bring guys directly to the source, they get in front of the coaches, they play full games. The coaches can get a fair evaluation of the player.
Coaches and players arriving from all different parts of the world. There are coaches and scouts from England, Germany, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, Ireland, and France, and they all came to look at the players directly. With 48 hours to start, there were only 27 players that had registered. No one knew the whole camp's success. All relied on Andy Moabit, a man that John Solomon just met a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a whole experience, man. I'm excited. I couldn't sleep, man. Waiting for this opportunity, man. It's a good opportunity, so make the best of it. Got my own little size bed, too, so pretty cool.
How you doing? My name is DeAndre Bullard, and I'm from Orlando, Florida. I started off 3 years at Florida A&M University and transferred my last year up to Virginia Union University. No, yeah, I actually hurt my finger. Like I said, man, I love the game of basketball, so I feel like it's a good opportunity, so I'm just gonna play through any little minor injuries and not let it affect me mentally. So I just try to play through it as best as way I can.
The players needed special adapters to plug in their electronics.
Johan didn't check in online, so when he got to the airport, they wouldn't let him on the plane. So he's gonna be flying in tomorrow morning.
Things got so crazy to the point where a local legendary figure named Jumping Joe Asbury that played in Finland, Luxembourg 2nd Division, and Germany drove 7 hours to Frankfurt Airport to pick up John and Dylan. Jumpin' Joe wanted to kidnap the German contact for bailing on the project and make him listen to Tupac's greatest hits.
Yeah, just getting shit sorted out, I guess. Yeah. Frankfurt, Houston to Frankfurt, 7-hour drive to Berlin.
Dylan Brewer, Kelly, Texas, and I went to York College, Nebraska. Being in this type of European culture, I've never been out here, so it's just been great so far. And I was gonna come out here anyway.
This was Dylan's second camp this year, also being drafted by Los Mochis at the official Cibacopa League tryout in Tijuana, Mexico. He was cut after 2 weeks in the training camp.
We get in the gym tonight?
Yeah, we got practice.
What time?
Like 8 to 9, 9 to 10. You gotta leave the suicides.
Chill out.
My name is Josh White. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I think it's good when there's people watching because it really brings out the competition between everyone, and it's always better when there's money involved. So personally, I think it's good. I think it's good to invest in myself because if you're not confident in yourself, then why are we here?
I first arrived overseas in 1972, and I played at the moment in the Netherlands.
This is one of those cities that we enjoy a whole lot because it's an old city and a new city. You see the architecture and the dynamics of the way the Germans are thinking and doing things correct. This is a great country. And it's, I think, about 2 million people here or something like that. So, and one of the best basketball teams in all of Germany is right here.
Coaches arrive at the house.
This is our intercultural home for 4 days. Christian and Johan, that adds 2. Holland, we could say Belgium because he's coaching for Belgium. England, Ireland, US. So it's 7. 7 different countries in one house.
Andy arrives to pick up the coaches and scouts from the house and then drives to the gym. It is a 30 to 40-minute drive each way. The players are now going through practice sessions with coaches that can possibly give them a job.
These are the guys that are going to be with us the whole weekend. You know, pick their brains. There'll be other coaches coming in and out, you know, local guys from Germany. So as they come in, we'll introduce you to them. But take advantage of this.
My name's Matt Nibby. I'm the Director of Basketball and Head Coach at Leeds Force. They're a BBL franchise in the UK. I was invited to come and coach on the camp and essentially look to potentially recruit players for the BBL franchise to look at the talent and just see what they've got. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of players graduating each year, or coming down the order in the professional ranks, veterans moving down. Europe is producing its best generations of players, and that's been witnessed in the NBA and it's been witnessed in the NCAA. In recent years, more and more people are moving west because the quality of their skill set is high, because their basketball IQ is high, because they're committed to developing themselves beyond physically. They're committed to developing themselves mentally and technically and tactically. have the play's already gone by, well, there's already the next player nurtured. Okay? You didn't run hard enough. You cost your team 2. You hate losing, but you didn't run hard enough, and you cost your team 2 points. Sorry, 2 transitions, because you ran them when you had it. I'm an honest guy.
Phil Waghorn, I coach in the UK. I currently coach in Nottingham in the Division 2 level there. And we're just building up a club that has gone through 2 divisions in the last 2 years. So here to look for new players. It was only in the last few years where we started to have more European imports when the rules changed to enable them to come over here as English people from Europe.
My name is Thomas Royakkers. I'm Dutch and I coach in Belgium for the Leuven Bears. It's not always easy, for players to come out here and, adapt to whatever they have to do here. If you want to be the CEO of a company, you don't start with that from day one. You also have to move your way up. So I think the smartest thing for a player to do is to start at a level which they can be really well. And if you do really well, you'll be able to move up.
They said he came off 2 ACL injuries, but now he's working hard to get back and get his foot in the door in Europe. And I think it's a good chance by the end of the camp that the team will take him. Chris, after the Sivacopa trial, wasn't even drafted, not sure why, but then got an opportunity in Bolivia, and 30 minutes later got an opportunity in Tijuana. And he ended up taking Tijuana because it was more money and a better opportunity. So you just never know. It's just one of those businesses that at any moment you can get your break, you can get your chance.
Man, I graduated, actually went over to Mexico twice. Actually, one of those was from help from John. Trying to get over here to Europe. Feel like this is a good type of situation as this camp to get my foot in the door. You can go somewhere and get paid more, but it'd be a terrible situation. You not enjoy your life for 6 months, even though like everything's not gonna be peaches and roses, but you can go somewhere for probably a couple $100 less and just have a great time, just be in a position where you can learn rather than an organization that really cares nothing about you. For the most part, basketball is a cutthroat business only because like it's about production and it's about being efficient. Just applies to any other aspect of life. If you're not doing your job at Walmart, if you're not doing your job in a law firm, you're gonna get cut. You have to perform and you have to win. It's really about winning.
Quan Waller, I'm from Rockford, Illinois. Kentucky Wesleyan. I started off in China with John. I've been there 3 times touring, and then I got my first job in Mexico. Came over here, this is my 3rd time I'm over here trying out, and hopefully all goes well. Pulled my hamstring in Mexico before this tryout started, and I pulled it pretty bad, stretching. I pulled it pretty high, and I just want to get my foot in the door again and make sure I don't get, cut.
My name is Jacob Lloyd. I'm from Martin, Tennessee.
DeVale Lloyd Sr., his father from Martin, Tennessee.
I went to Harris-Stowe State University in St. Louis, Missouri. I went there for 2 years.
This is my youngest son, and that's been his passion ever since 6th grade, to play ball. And so when he got out of college this year, he told me about the camp, and I'm like, well, you can't go by yourself.
My name is Joshua Denby. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I went to Millikan University, Central Illinois. I've been working with John since last September. I did a tour with him out here in Germany. It was like a 2.5-week tour. And then I actually did a trial with him in Mexico.
Well, my name is Nolan Dennis. I came from Baylor University, born in Dallas, Texas. Kind of moved back and forth between Detroit, Michigan, got to rep them. But at the same time, I'm a down south kid. #1 in the state of Texas when I was in high school. It was a great experience playing with a whole bunch of great guys. Just to name a couple, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins. Was verbally committed to Memphis. Would love to play for Coach Calipari, loved the style of play. Then just went ahead and felt like it was home at Baylor, Well, the biggest adjustment was, basically taking care of your body, which is a hard thing to do. and basically, choosing what the right foods is, and, it comes with experience.
Everyone has arrived in Berlin for the European Exposure Camp except for Johan Rat, the scout from France. As the players work out in front of the coaches, John is with Andy buying food for the players to eat.
I found out about the camp through a guy named John Solomon. He was a good dude, one of the directors here. He got information on me, seen me play, and hit me up about it. So I feel like it's going to be a good opportunity for me.
I found him through guys that I knew, through Facebook, looking up college players on Facebook and sending them messages. Just a straight grind, just grinding it out. I've been to a lot of places, a lot of countries have helped a decent amount of players get jobs. It's still a struggle, but eventually I feel like if I keep working, I'm gonna earn the respect and be able to help players, live their dream and maybe thousands one day all around the world.
My name is Cristian Crudeli. I'm a professional basketball coach in Spain. In Europe, it's more important the ball handling than the physical condition. They don't really know the level. Most of the Americans who go out from college, they don't know the level of the different leagues in Europe. So if I ask to some of the players how many professional leagues are in Spain, they don't know. Do you know how many professional leagues and the level are in UK or in Italy or wherever? So you need to compare, you need to know what is your real level.
We're doing our very best here to help you guys. So this isn't just about now, after. Of course you gotta be able to play. You can't play, nothing you can do. I'm just being very honest. Today, we know they really couldn't judge you that well because, everyone's trying to get their legs out and get going. And that was what today was for. But let's step it up. Let's step it up, guys. Play together, play the right way. Play for each other. Because that's what's gonna take. These guys want to see guys that can help them win games. That's the bottom line. If you can help the team win games and that's the position they're looking for, or they know another coach is looking for, it's going to work.
And John, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I think the intensity you guys work with is good. Yeah. But what you need to understand is when tomorrow people are coming, they're coming for a certain thing to see. So it's good that we have this now and we have this out of the way. We want to see what your defenders are like. And right now, it's not very good.
Practice is now over and the players are shooting around getting ready to play 3 games in 3 days. The best players from the camp get chosen for the All-Star team. Players are battling jet lag, bad Wi-Fi, time differences, and each other in hopes of landing a professional job in Europe.
Struck 2 positions that I'm looking for. It's a 4 and a 5. Now, straight away from what I saw today, there's there's only 3 kids that even come into that category.
The basics will come out, like I said, for a day. Passing, cutting. We will see who picks that up. And if they don't pick it up, hey, then we see that they can't pick it up.
They need to understand that just because you're working hard, that doesn't mean you're getting a job. He needs to also understand why he is not going to get a job.
Why would it tell him that he sucks?
No. He's paid money, he's come all this way. He sucks because that guy's kicking your ass every possession. That's because you can't get a shot off. That's because he scores on you every time.
Right.
You're not going to get a job.
This is a business. So you guys are here to find guys that you need for your team. If they can't cut it, why should he be taking away minutes from someone that possibly you can take a longer look at?
But the fact is that once you get started, you get to know the kids. You have to get to know the kids. What's in that head? What's in that heart? What's in that brain? What's in that gut? What's in those legs?
All these guys want is just a chance. They just want to have a fair chance. They're sick and tired of going to these camps and all over the country of not getting a chance.
You're right, but I reckon you can cut 50% right now. No disrespect.
Coaches and scouts are prejudging the players based on a skills session and not real game settings.
With 72 hours left, having money invested, the players are facing cultural differences, jet lag,
bad Wi-Fi, and each other to fulfill their lifelong dreams. Will the event crumble due to improvised scheduling and lack of finances, or be a shocking success? A lifetime of hard work for each of the players comes down to 3 games in 3 days.
Johan Rat has just arrived after missing a flight the day before.
Let's do this, baby.
Wow. My grandfather, I never met, was from Berlin. You know, all the German guys had to go to war back in the days, even if you didn't want to. Or they put you in the camps too, you know what I'm saying? So I might go look for my grandfather.
I'll bring you over to show you your suite.
Okay, yeah.
It's in the penthouse.
Dude, that's nice, man. Beautiful.
Do you see how we roll, dog?
Dude, we're chilling.
You know, in your body, because if you don't have a good lifestyle, you cannot be a pro. You know, unless you're Dennis Rodman, that's just like 1 out of 1 million, you know, that can do like he did and and have the stats he had in the league. So you want to be really professional about everything.
Devin Castro, born to 2 parents that are deaf and was too skinny, coming out of high school, never achieved his dream of playing Division I basketball. For Devin, this was his one and only shot.
My man Johan, he out there, his friend. We got everybody. German coaches will be driving in. Yeah.
So where are we eating at? Are we eating here?
No, we're gonna. I gotta call Andy because I gotta get a light snack for you guys. I gotta buy the groceries now.
Okay.
Well, just some fruits and some.
Or at the gym.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure it out.
All right.
Be ready, man, to do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So you can get your opportunity. I gotta get the shirts, so I gotta call Andy. Call Andy so I can tell my cleaners so I can get the shirts. So I get everything rolling for the night.
Just woke up 6 a.m. I get back in LA. I'm so LA time.
At the last second, we were able to convince the coaches to coach the games. And I thought that was a really good idea because, one, I think they could get to know the guys. And also, the guys could get to know them.
The offense will give you what you require if you commit to it. If it's half-assed, you're not going to get paid. Do you understand me? Nobody's trying to stifle you. If you get a stop here, we've got transition, so be it. That's fine. Transition is fine.
The good thing about these types of things is if you've got the right expertise on the sidelines, you can be real with people. There's some guys that are not professional basketball players. There's some guys that have maybe had a solid journey through college, but don't meet the mark. They don't meet the standards. That's life. Because there's some talent here. Okay, so be disciplined.
I think the biggest thing for motivation is internal motivation. So the players themselves should be internally motivated. I think a coach can always give a little extra push, but the biggest part should be motivation from the players. I think that's when you'll be most successful. It's important, I think, coaches, that you get your players to buy into your system. Whatever system that is, but you have your players buying into that. And when you work hard day in, day out, and you have certain principles, you work with discipline and organization, I think you can be very successful.
Hey, let's go! Wake up!
But I told the guys also, if you want to get noticed, then do something and do that extremely well every time. And that's the most important thing. You don't need to be good at everything, because then probably players would not be here if they would be good at everything. So they need to find what is their bread and butter, what is it that they do really well, and bring that on a consistent basis.
Again, we have to raise our level of play. I mean, what it is that we are doing is not helping you. Again, on offense now, move the ball and keep the ball moving. Do not hold the ball in your hands, move it from one side to the other. Second thing, do something after your pass. So screen for somebody, cut, it doesn't matter what you do, but don't stand still. Hey, let's get something going now.
Considering money's involved and it's a good amount investment, whether it's yourself or your parents, whoever you got out here. Proud of you guys. We're in Berlin, Germany, about to eat dinner. It's about late, 10 p.m. The guys are doing better than I thought, to be honest.
First day was all right, man. Our team won pretty good. So, I felt pretty good about myself.
It was all right. Just won, lost one. Come back tomorrow. Me and Nolan and somebody else, we walked all the way down to the train station and got to see a bunch of stuff.
You got a chance to get an easy bucket, and I'm giving you the ball, but I'm not hating you, telling, but a couple of times I threw the ball, he wasn't ready, and we could have 2 points, and turn the ball over, and I want to give it to you, but make sure next time I'm gonna throw it to you again. Make sure you're open, because if make sure you're ready. Because if you're not, the next time I won't give it to you, because I don't want to teal, and I want us to win. You know what I'm saying? But you said kind of like that, not hating, just communicating. You know what I'm saying?
Levels competition is pretty nice. I feel like everybody's here got the potential to play pro somewhere. It's a nice, pretty high level. Well, first of all, I know being in Europe is way more structured, so you want to, kind of have more IQ for the game, and like I said, the level of play and the composure and the physicality. So everything play hand in hand. So.
Man, I'm sore, man. I'm just trying to play through it. Actually gonna go to the gas station, grab a big ice bag, and just lay down, man. Just trying to push it through to the camp.
It's all about consistency, and that's my main deal with. Well, that was my struggle at first, is just consistency. You can play well in one game and kind of be off the next. I think that's the biggest consistency and. Your IQ on the floor, because one of the coaches said to me, he said, you can have all the athletic intangibles, but if you don't have the IQ, you won't go too far. I would like to play here in Berlin because I practice here with Loc Brunel, and I'm kind of familiar with the area, and I like the environment, but it doesn't matter. I just want to get my foot in the door again and make sure I don't get, cut.
Being in Germany is totally different from being in the United States, I can tell you that.
Them growing up playing ball was always skill. But here I'm hearing intellect, basketball IQ, and I like that, fundamental. Can you think the game, instead of just playing. I guess that environment in Tennessee is always like, hey, my boy, let my boy play, hey, my boy, everybody look at my boy. And so when I saw the level of competition, it was like, okay, there was an intimidation there, of course, because my boy is smaller than everyone's like, wow, So he, I guess, encouraged me from a standpoint, you know what, Dad, I'm the youngest one out there, and these are professionals. And I'm like, okay. All right, I'll just calm down then and just work with it. All right, he's a rookie, he'll just grow into this thing,
Style of play over here is more what they learn from a young age to play together, and in the States it's like everybody want to be a superstar. So if you can be able to run a system, then you're good.
Oh, I think there's definitely players here that can play somewhere. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And like I said, these guys that I've been working with, the more I see from them, the more I think, okay, they can play somewhere. Now, where that somewhere is difficult for me to say. It also depends on, of course, it depends on the level of the player, but also the league and the team. Are they looking for a certain type of player? Are there any openings on that team? So I think there's many opportunities. It's just, the people who have the connections to those teams to find the right opportunity and to put the players in the right spots.
I do have an extra shirt.
White?
Yeah, but he has a different color. We need another big, man. We need another big.
You know, only team that got 2 bigs.
Devin taped his name on the back of his jersey to balance out the teams.
I think it's always important to be honest with it, you know, and for me, I would say well done for clearing your conscience, you know what I mean? So if you go somewhere, the right coaches are on the sideline, and they say, hey, this was your chance, but being honest with you, this is the level you can play at, then they know. And, you know, nobody wants to shoot down no one's dreams, or nobody wants to take away their aspirations.
He's not going to pop. You know the guy, right? He's not going to pop. So you stay. All right? In other action, he's not switching.
Okay.
Talk to each other.
Do you have any idea what those guys' salary expectations are?
I pretty much saw them not making no more than $1,500 a month.
They can earn more at McDonald's at their so they have to get a real good understanding of what their level and what their qualities are.
Like, I guess the world is all about, not all about money, but money make the world go round. But it's truly, at the end of the day, not all about money. Well, at least not in my situation. Because I pride myself on family more so than money. Because like money is gonna come and go, but your family's gonna be there. And if you have a good organization with you that believes in you, that's helping you get to where you want to go, as well as helping their organization, that's way more important to me.
I gotta thank John, man, for real. Anybody who ever think about associating themselves with John, man, he's an excellent human being, bro. Not just in regards to basketball. Like, John is really, I feel like heaven for him. Not just saying it because he helped me get opportunity, but just the type of person he been is, just the type of person he is, and just been since I've known him, man.
Obviously, I would like some money, but it just depends on what the situation is and what I like, you know. So it's just whatever comes, is whatever God wants me to do, is what I'm going to do. So I even told John that I was like, hey, if I can be an agent after I'm done playing, I'll go be an agent. You know, I just want to go. I want to do something I have fun in, and something I don't got to sit behind a cubicle or anything like that. So
I look at it as a passion, not as a money ticket type deal. But I mean, if I was to try and get a contract anywhere, I always look at it as a positive thing, whether it's for X amount or X amount of dollars. But what I'm trying to say is, for all the young guys over here, that's good for them. And for me, I'm the type of guy where I always try to have a backup plan for whatever, but I would never turn anything down, because I feel that everything like that and what we're here to do, anything is a blessing. We should never turn anything down like that, because that's why we're here. You know what I mean?
I told the guys, don't really expect anything more than $1,500. You know, it's your first job, and you know you're going out here to get a foot in the door. But if you're able to get in and do well and play a full season, then it could be profitable for you. But you know, your expectations have to be realistic. You know, getting that first chance.
The compensation is relative to the needs of that team. You know, it's about doing your homework, really. You know, we don't have the budget that the top team in our league has. We have to shop for the right level of player at the right price.
Entry level does not mean necessarily a low level. That can be also a top level. As far as like salaries, there is no like standard salary for a league or a team.
Good defenses, what they will do is switch, right? Then we will have at least some time to use the mismatch.
So like what? Like 10?
Maybe 10, 11, something like that.
Right, cool.
If you want to go one-on-one, then it's okay with 8 seconds, because then it's penetration, help, pass, and maybe an extra pass. Okay, so let's Think about that. Be aggressive, get the rebound, let's go! When one time it doesn't work, maybe the second time you shouldn't throw it anymore. He's not open. You, one pass shot, is not what we worked on. You're posting up, that's not what we worked on. We have to look, at least look like it's basketball.
You gotta make that. I don't mind you taking that shot, you gotta make that though. I can live with both shots independently, but together they become a bit shaky. Like I don't mind that shot, but you gotta make it. You know, I don't mind that shot, but you gotta make it.
Phil Waghorn, who once coached Dennis Rodman with the Bryant Bears, was working to find an import player for his team like all the other coaches and spread knowledge to the players.
I would say the biggest issue we've got now is getting that balance between bigs and littles, and when you get a lot of a similar player, it's a player sticking out. And a few guys, it's taken the 2 or 3 days. I think it's been good to be here for the few days to get some guys playing right now that are now starting to stick out more than they did the first few days.
Don't try, do it. There's no trying. I tried to do lots of things. That's not good enough. You got to do.
So, you know, I like to make jokes and be a clown. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you really need this and you want this, then it'll happen for you, you know? But I respect you for coming out here to try to make it happen, you know? I broke my back so that these 2 pro coaches could show up to take a look at what you got. So here's the thing, anything that you've done before, wherever you played and all that, that's all beautiful. We could all sit here and name drop who we played with and what we did, but none of that matters right now.
I know financially it's really, really a big time commitment to come up here. And, you know, we're very respectful of that. And, you know, I talked to the coaches and, you know, if you don't land a job immediately, doesn't mean you're not gonna land a job.
To be honest, I was surprised. I thought that the camp wasn't gonna be that good. Some of the guys who came were good players, and I didn't know they were good players. I knew some of them were good, but I was, you know, even all 5 of the bigs, I didn't know much information on about 2 of them, and every big man was pretty good, which came to a surprise because sometimes you'll have bigs that are just big and, you know, they can't really play at all. So, you know, I was very happy with that, and I think we had some good guards and, you know, some exceptional, you know, point guards and 2 guards, and it was just pretty good all around. I mean, you know, and there was no one out there that was just flat out bad, that couldn't play, and, you know, it wasn't like one of those camps you're just like, oh, wow, why is he here, or what is he doing here on the floor? So, I mean, everybody kind of held their own, and of course there was some more exceptional players than others, but there were definitely guys here that are at the professional level. Well, it's a huge step because, one, we did it in Europe. You know, Europe is, you know, outside the NBA, it's Europe. So, I mean, no, of course we're not having EuroLeague scouts and $100,000 contracts or ACB scouts, but you know, one day it's going to build up to that. You know, this was our first stepping stone. It was a risk trying to do it. It was a big financial risk, but we did it. You know what I'm saying? Through the help of God and, you know, faith and, you know, believing that it could happen. You know, our goal is if we can get 5 or 6 of these guys a job, I'm sure it's going to end up being successful. And, you know, the bottom line is it's the beginning, you know, to what I believe is a lot. Of course, when the finances aren't there and you're trying to put something together, you know, you got to figure out ways to make it happen. This was about an opportunity for everybody to network. You know, having all the coaches stay in one house, I thought that was, you know, pretty unique. And having all the players, you know, in a hostel, you know, might have not been the most glamorous situation. The circumstances are what they are because we're all trying to make it. Once you make it, then, you know, you move up and you can reap the rewards of that.
Can't do nothing but give positive criticism. Like, it's obviously some things that could be improved, but it's obviously some things that can be improved in every situation.
Yeah.
For what this camp was for, it was accomplished, goal accomplished.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I would take Chris. Is it Chris? Should take him.
Chris Watson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
We might have a fight.
I don't see him as a big. I don't see him as a big. I see him as a 3. Down line. Boom.
Chris Watson. Was that the big guy? Well, I spoke to him.
Yeah.
And after I speak to him, it's interesting what he said. So he said that I asked him where he graduated from, and he said, well, He moved around, didn't he? He had three schools. So then I asked, okay, why did you move, and why did you change schools 3 times? Nah, it was 3 times the coach. Then bells already started ringing with me, it's 3 times the coach. So then he stopped playing basketball. Huh?
One was ACL, injury.
Yeah, an injury, and then he thought himself as a guard.
Right, okay.
But really he is a big man over here.
No, you're right. I mean, I could spend some time with him where we work on some footwork. And...
I think Chris can play for me.
Yeah, he can play, but he's not going to be good.
All right.
I mean, maybe. Hey, we have
I know, but I know
from Mexico to a real respected league.
I really can't do nothing but thank God and thank John for the opportunity, just everybody involved. I say John, but I know John has support from everybody, and I appreciate everybody. Just, it's been the top of the line camp. Definitely the goal is achieved, giving guys opportunity that they know that they didn't have before today. So it's definitely a blessing.
Johan Rat helped Chris Watson get a job with BCGO France. Christian Crudelli helped Devin get a job for CB Puerto de Segundo, a 4th-tier team in Spain. Coach Matt Newby of Leeds Force selected players Quan Waller and Dylan Brewer. For Quan, it was a dream come true after 3 years battling back from his last overseas job in Mexico in 2012 while playing exposure games in China, Mexico, Germany, Luxembourg, Hungary, Austria, and Ireland. A week later, Dylan was dealt the bad news that he could not get a work visa from the English Parliament, which led to DeAndre Bullock getting the job with Leeds Force instead. Phil Waghorn found his import in Matt Wilson. Dermot Russell helped Babatunde Olamuye earn a professional contract with the CB Clavillo, and Joska Demby with club Baloncesto Benidorm. And he had been chasing his dream for 3 years, playing in exposure games in Germany, Luxembourg, along with 2 camps in Mexico. What looked to be a financial disaster helped 7 players earn a foot in the door in the European market.
What's up, John? Man, it's going good. I'm about to leave. Right after the camp, had, who was the coach from the Netherlands? Lace Strong. Yeah, he called me saying there was a team from there that was interested. That ended up falling through. Then it was like something like 2 or 3 times. There was a Paraguay, a Belize, and there was like another squad. 3 different times I had all my stuff packed. Something fell through, didn't get the deal. And that was tough. That was tough to go through that about 3 times. I'm hyped to go to Spain. I mean, it's not the top, but you got to think it's got to be the 2nd best country to play basketball in. I get a call from the team in Spain, from my club in Spain, and they called me, and it finally went through. That was dope. So without the Berlin camp, without meeting Christian and getting to know him and talking to him a little bit, you know, that probably wouldn't have happened. Until I tore my ACL in December. And then even after then, they paid me the rest of my contract. I got lucky. They paid me the rest of my contract, and they paid for my surgery. They took care of my rehab. You know, they really did me right over there. So, you know, I have a lot of love for them because, you know, you hear a lot of horror stories about dudes not getting their paychecks or, you know, getting cut and just getting sent home if you get hurt.
Actually got an opportunity for a team in UK with Coach, what's his name? Yeah, with Coach Newby for the lead. And while I was working out, I was about to sign my contract, and I got an opportunity from a French team, NM2 team, BCGO, and after talking to the coach and after talking to John, after talking to just my mentors, it was a better situation. And Coach Newby agreed only because it wasn't just more money, it was just a bigger league, it was more exposure and a bigger possibility for a step up after that. So Coach Newby pretty much let me go, or not let me go, but he paid for my travels to that other place. Went out there for their preseason, and he ultimately had 2 7-footers, but one of them wasn't gonna play because of injury and because of family situation, but he actually became healthy and actually ended up playing, so he wanted a guard instead. So he helped me get another opportunity for an NM3 team, and that's where I played that year.